Harvard math professor, Soviet spy, computers, White House. Can you think of a single person who can relate to all four of these? What if I told you that in addition to those accomplishments, this person also managed a hedge fund that earned $105 billion in total over the course of his 30-year career with an average return of around 40%? You undoubtedly believe that a character like this could only appear in a Hollywood film, yet Jim Simmons is a real person. The most successful trader in the history of contemporary finance. In this video, we'll explore his extraordinary life narrative and, most importantly, how he managed to do all of those things. Childhood. Jim Simmons, who was raised in Brookline, Massachusetts, in a middle-class Jewish family, was in love with math the moment he realized what it was. Like many others with an extraordinary aptitude for numbers, he showed a great interest in them from a young age. At the age of 3, he began to understand how to solve challenging issues. His parents discovered him multiplying numbers by 2 all the way down to 1,024 at one point. Jim, who was 3 years old, had begun working on a standard mathematics problem without realizing it. Zeno, a Greek philosopher, addressed one of the issues in his well-known conundrum. No matter how tiny the distance is, if you always have to travel half of it before arriving at your objective, you can still get there. This was a remarkable achievement for a young person. He was urged to pursue medicine after graduating from high school by his family doctor, who believed it would be a nice career for him for how talented he is. Of course, Jim had different plans. He decided to attend MIT and pursue a career in mathematics. After initially having trouble and failing in few tests, he set aside time one summer to completely master the challenging series. After that time, he finally started to develop. He admired how intricate mathematical formulas seemed to interact with one another across the board, solving the enigma of the cosmos. He was frequently spotted lying on his back, eyes closed, studying an equation around campus. One night around midnight in the nearby cafe, he once overheard 2 of his professors engage in a heated dispute on a single math problem. He made the decision to live this kind of life at the precise moment. Math at all hours, coffee and cigarettes. Teaching. After dazzling academic successes at MIT, he quickly finished his PhD in 2 years at Berkeley. Its talent was sufficient to land a position as a professor at Harvard University. He was a well-liked professor at Harvard with a relaxed, upbeat demeanor that matched his carefree aggression. So carefree that he never bothered to wear socks. He was modest and tackled his lessons with the enthusiasm of a novice. He even stated that he didn't always know much more than the kids about especially difficult math topics, but after a while, Simmons had enough of teaching. With the cycle of lectures and polite academic socializing, his life had started to fall into a predetermined routine, and now he was utterly bored. He was in need of a new challenge. ITA. Simmons seized the opportunity as soon as it presented itself in 1964. He was employed by the ITA, a national intelligence organization that worked to end the Cold War. IDA, or Institute Defense Analysis, is a prestigious government-funded research organization that used mathematicians to assist in deciphering Soviet spy codes. At that time, the IDA was having trouble. For more than a decade, they had not successfully cracked Soviet codes on a regular basis. Due to their lack of success, they made the decision to hire someone like Simmons, who had no prior expertise cracking codes but had a brilliant mind and many original ideas. The IDA motto was, "Bad ideas are good, good ideas are terrific. No idea is bad." Simmons gained knowledge of how to create mathematical models to decipher patterns and seemingly meaningless data there. Simmons created an incredibly quick code-breaking algorithm in its place. Shortly after Simmons' invention, CIA intelligence specialists learned that the Soviets had sent a coded message with an incorrect setting. Simmons and his team successfully take advantage of the enemy's internal communication system by sleeping on his flaw and applying Simmons' novel code-breaking methodology. Because of this, Simmons rose to fame at the IDA and among codebreakers. However, Jim Simmons' objectives were too great for his success to suffice. He desired additional mathematical difficulties and cryptic puzzles to solve. The stock market. Simmons spent his downtime at IDA deciphering codes and thinking about the realm of international banking. He started considering methods to leverage his aptitude for statistics to succeed in the stock market since he was eager to increase his income. Instead of using the tried and true investment strategies that considered earnings and business news, Simmons started to view the market from a completely different perspective. He regarded the stock market as an abstract intellectual system in the same manner that he regarded math. Instead of taking into account the external background, he built a model that just took into account moves and the stocks themselves. It was a system that didn't care about why the market reached specific states. Instead, it only watched the various states and allowed creators to take and also place bets in line with their observations. The strategy was groundbreaking. Simmons was a pioneer in his day and continues to be so today. His original approach is similar to the predictive theory that is now widely employed in machine learning across various fields. Simmons' first venture. Jim Simmons was sacked from the IDA in 1968 after telling his IDA colleagues that he didn't support the Vietnam War. He was 30-year-old at age. Simmons returned to his teaching position stunned and dissatisfied, but this time in New York at Stony Brook University, not too distant from Wall Street. Simmons, in contrast to his intellectual peers, was drawn to money and desired to be extremely wealthy. He left Stony Brook University after 10 years of teaching there at the age of 40 and started his first hedge fund, Monometrics. Using his mathematical prowess, he sought to uncover the market's secret patterns. He made his first move by asking an old IDA acquaintance named Leonard Baum to join him as a partner. In addition to being a math prodigy, Baum developed the well-known Baum-Welch algorithm, something that would later play a significant role in Simmons' hedge fund. Making educated predictions, examining a sequence of occurrences, and calculating probabilities were the key components of Leonard Baum's method. For instance, it could predict what would happen next by simply examining play patterns without knowing the laws of baseball. It would go on to play a huge role in the future, particularly with the advancement of speech recognition technology today, and even for Google's search engine. A prediction model like this, according to Simmons and Baum, would be tremendously helpful for tracking changes in the financial markets. Before the advent of electronic trading in 1979, they had to plaster a lot of paper graphs and charts all over the walls of their teeny Long Island office in order to measure data. They initially started using their algorithm in the currency market, and they started to make a ton of money right away. Simmons and Baum were enjoying a day at the beach when Baum suddenly realized the algorithm had predicted the British pound will increase tonight. So, what did they do? They rushed from the beach directly to the Long Island headquarters with swimsuits and brought tons of British pounds while it was so low. As they had predicted, the pound started to rise quickly, almost magically. Even more intriguing, neither of them had any knowledge of British politics and were even unaware of the reasons why the British pound would increase. They simply followed the cues from their algorithm. Simmons' hedge fund, Monometrics, has risen by tens of millions of dollars in just a few short years. Simmons' second venture. Simmons' first significant foray into the financial realm was Monometrics. He started putting together a group of mathematicians to surround Baum and him after realizing the success. Additionally, after persuading a few renowned mathematicians to join him, he established a new hedge fund with some new algorithms and a brand new name, Limroy. Lord Jim by Joseph Conrad served as an inspiration, but nothing is simple. The Monometrics algorithm faced several significant obstacles. Despite purchasing at a discount, they did not sell at a premium. Gold shot up at $865 an ounce in one occasion when they had purchased it for travel. The program failed to sell gold quickly enough and it soon fell to $500 per ounce. As it continued to suffer losses in this manner, the front eventually started to lose millions of dollars every single day. Monometrics was on the verge of disintegrating. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. See you in the next video. Please subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to receive new updates. Stay tuned!